Yo guys, it's official. Phantasm reached rank 1 with 4000 LP. No one did this before. He also cooked up a new build, which is Kraken Hex Optics. And you know how they say, you shouldn't permafight. Permafighting is bad. Well, he permafought his way to rank 1, so how is that fair either, right? Now, of course, his executioner is execution, not executioner. I play too much thing. His execution is way too good at it. His mechanics are way too good as well. So, notably, just because how good he is, he gets to do that, if it makes sense. Alright, so let's just jump straight up into it. The matchup is a medium type of matchup where Talia throws in quite a lot of rocks and she does her best to poke her down as much as possible, while Akshan gets like some openings with his E. Level 1 mainly, at level 2 she already unlocks her E and it's impossible. So at that point you should be more cautious how you play. The problem with this matchup is even a jungler or a support can't properly gank Talia due to her E mechanic, so it's a really hard champion to pressure overall. So mainly he does his best to shove into her and to look for roaming opportunities, because early on there's really not much to do into Talia. Now once he does unlock his level 3, he will actually look for roam opportunities on bot lane. As you can see, people are fighting pretty hard. And guess what guys, Akshan is on his way bot lane, right? Now, Pantheon does actually walk away here, and the only reason for that is because Akshan was walking downwards, and if Kha'Zix would overchase, he would also die, which he would not prefer, so he decided to back off. So just because of his aura, he made the Kha'Zix to back off in no time. Now, if he wouldn't walk downwards, Kha'Zix would actually just walk forwards, wait for his E and kill Pantheon, but that did not happen in this case scenario, just because Akshan was pressuring. So he wasn't walking down for nothing, and no, he didn't even lose a single minion just because he roamed. He didn't lose any. So keep it in mind, if you get to turn back, you still will lose 0 minions. Now, he also forced out Talia's TP, as we can see, and notably he wants to escort the Sylas just in case things go wrong, because just right now Kha'Zix respawned and Pyke is doing his best to mess with this Sylas. So just in case things go wrong, he wants to cover this Sylas. He still sees sweet red buff, and now Sylas has a massive advantage. So the only weak point of Sylas is his earlier levels. That's where he goes lower on HP and is clear. But once he gets some AP item, once he gets some Dark Skill stack, that champion is a monster. If you give him 1 or 2 kills, it's already starting a big snowball. Now, one interesting thing, one very interesting thing watch out for guys here. So, he last hits everything, he's pretty low on HP, he's getting pretty hard chunk. But Kha'Zix recently killed the enemy Gwen. Wait, what the hell does it mean? Akshan's W marks Kha'Zix, right? Which means that just like a Warwick W, there will be a yellow line pointing towards Kha'Zix. So if I reveal everything, right, Kha'Zix will be here. And that's because his W is detecting him actually. So because his W is detecting him, it reveals, pinpoints the location where Kha'Zix is, and that's what he's communicating off to his jungle. And once Kha'Zix actually steps up, he will be able to get a fat all-in into him with his jungler. Literally that 100 plus gold is so sweet. Plus he got tons of mana back actually from his W. It's actually kind of an interesting ability because it also gives you 12% missing mana regen. So just in case you like that, you will actually have it, and that way you will be able to like toss out your abilities to wave clear as he does. So seemingly also Talia is forced to recall, so he chooses to stay. He wants to wipe the wave in no time with his Q, and it's all good guys. It's just so great actually to be Akshan now. He gets his E off, he chooses to recall. Let's skip a little bit forward. And he does go for triple longsword, triple T. He did actually try to look for some top roam opportunities, but I would say that there's a word where Kha'Zix intercepts. I think that was maybe his thought process, or chances are by the time he arrives, this guy just gonna die or recall. I'm not sure why did he like choose to change his mind. In here I'm not 100% sure either. Another very important thing, look at his positioning. So because they have Talia and she's flanking his team, he will actually not be cut that off and are together with his team. And look, he's even ouring the Kha'Zix. And it might surprise you why did he early aur Kha'Zix. So Akshan's ability is one of those abilities, similar to Gate's art, that do actually reveal invisible enemies. And remember, often you could just rotate just to plainly get your R off, without even like needing to overcommit. And this way you'll still get a really nice skill as action. Now after unlocking your Kraken, you're pretty much stronger because it does quite nicely proc on your double basic attacks and notably on your E. Now one important thing I want to point out is that even though you're low on resources such as mana and HP, you could still stick around. Once you use your W, you'll be able to regain a lot of mana actually. So despite it does look like he is actually recalling, backing off, he's bluffing it really nicely and going invisible. Now once he goes invisible, he also has to time his killing after his ally dies. So in here, watch out, he only kills the enemy Talia once his Gwen dies, because otherwise he will not actually give a resurrection. Boom, 2 people arrest. Perfect, picks up on... No? Almost. That was an almost another kill. And I never seen actually Akshan gameplay with Hex Optics, so I really want to see like just how strong this can actually be. Does deal a fat amount of damage. And the way he gets his aura off is just crazy, right? So he R's is out to get the damage off while simultaneously disengaging. Extremely well played on his part. Seems like, could he even like... Oh my god, what is that damage? What is that damage? Just what is that Hex Optics damage? That's fucking crazy. So it only gives like a 10%, but it's a pretty cheap item. And the range is also like insane for multi-kill purposes, which also helps to connect more of your E's actually. And so once he's this fat, he's all the time hunting with his W for these so-called scoundrels and hugging the wall so he maintains his invis. Seems like Kha'Zix is in the bush, he goes for a really nice trade here. And as much as you guys noticed, he does cancel his E just to go for like an additional basic attack. But look how beautiful that combo is. He uses his R highly efficiently while he is at the same time, so he gets his R damage off, then he gets his basic attacks off if needed. So the way he's layering his E and R is just insane. Wow, so the Kraken DPS really does shine, especially when you're doing bigger objectives like Herald. This is where the DPS does outshine the Collector. Actually clears it in no time, I can just solo it. That's actually really big for him because... Oof. Here it is, be close. Nah, he got it. He got it. I might assume that he gonna just 1Q the wave and call it a day, no? Yep. Gets his like really nice double 13 and he just accumulated so many amount of resources, it's unreal. And so what's the next item? Okay, Lord Dominic's. Lord Dom. Oh wait, I didn't pause. Oh my god. Nah, I guess you guys don't mind that, right? I guess you guys don't mind that much, right? Like, I still have to get used to OBS because I was also like fishing for opportunities and pauses in between and whatnot, but wow, that's just crazy amount of damage it does. I must assume you really love sex optics, cause not having perma at short range is just like so good. It does not kill. It does not exactly kill. But you know, some part of me wouldn't quite believe that this is like a 3k LP game. I mean, I know it sounds weird when I say it's a clown fiesta, but it kinda looks like that, no? Now, Pike, you can't really run away in any direction after that. But the way he instantly arcs is interesting because this way, like, Pike can't instantly EW away, which would allow him to disengage. So you really had to actually pop his R. It's not the same thing when Garen players are, you know, walking up and instead of queuing, they are R-ing. But does he actually get to like walk into their face just like this? Let's see. He almost has his eye. And you see, it's not even a big problem that you arrive late as Akshan, because it's almost like it's never too late for you, because you can hunt those scoundrels and get like super nice resets. So as long as like a squishy champion is the one that's the killer, that will be really easy to like pick up for him and just to rest his teammate, which allows a really easy Baron to happen. In fact, as like the time passes, it will be... No, the wolves. The wolves. In fact, as time passes, it will be easier to actually like get value out of this rest because the spawn timers are longer on the enemy side. And as much as you can see, it's free as it is. Sometimes it does also on occasion go for these type of Rs, you know, that wouldn't necessarily kill, but it still like makes enough space by chunking them down to more easily get the tower, if it makes sense. And at this point, really nicely they close out the game. Wow, insanely well played on his part, super deserved. Make sure to also like his video, well, or subscribe to his Twitch channel, because I'm the one that's just mainly like reacting to his insane gameplay. If you guys like my content, please leave a like and a subscribe. It will just really help me to actually, I wouldn't, you know, if I would break the fourth wall, I would still post videos regardless, but it would just make me feel more motivated, you know, like I will not be saying the classic YouTuber line, you know, just to like I can keep posting or something. Like it will not be dependent on that, but it would be really nice. Alright, let's close this OBS.